Right guys, the slew pivot time. Now this is the probably most complex part of this build. There is a lot of parts. There's a lot of cutting, there's a lot of drilling, there's a lot of welding, there's a lot of bushing stock. There's a lot of drilling, there's a lot of cutting. You get the idea. So, if we look at the exploded sort of side of it, part. So, we've got a few parts. I'm going to make a little cutting list on there. My modification that I've made to this, these blue parts here, I'm making them out of 4x4 or 100x100 box section. Now I'm only making that because over here we do not have 4x3 box section, 100x75 box section. It's just not available. So I got in touch with Paul from PF Engineering and he said that's fine, you can make that piece out of a 100x100 box section. Happy days. So cutting list, cut, drill, and start making it. See you when I'll see you when I get there. Right, just working on this slew pivot, and it's a good job I've got a good companion in Northern Ireland who's working with me on this one, because there's some here I've had to. He's got the updated ones with parts written on and different measurements. I mean, some parts don't even give what I'm requiring, you know. So I'm wondering if this one's a past version, and we're and he's figured out and gone from there. So never mind, we're getting on with it. Another one for the cook pile. That's for the cook pile. So we've got yeah, some bits there. Right guys, I want to wrap this frame and Slew pivot videos up. Christ, we're done. It has took a lot more hours, a lot more thinking power to get this point, to get this done. First of all, frame's easy. This I'll show you in a sec. The frame's easy. It's just box section, down, you know, flatten upright. Obviously you can't really tell off the tractor at the moment, but I've got that all the frame done on there as well. Now comes to this. So the frame is easy, you know, one straight and 3 uprights. The third upright is the middle, is what supports the Slew pivot. Now I left it out until the Slew pivot was done, and once the Slew pivot was done I found that by the time I put the bushing stock onto onto this part, you'll see just yeah, boy, that's hot. There it was, it warped out, so I had to do a lot of grinding. But needless to say, I now have it. Hold on. I now have it solid. I now have it right and ready. So there she is, and the motion is smooth, full 180. So problems I had, a lot. Once you welded the bushings in place, it warped it, so the pin was tight. So if I was anybody doing this build in the future, instead of drilling 1.5-inch holes, in my case I went with a 38 because that's what it equated to, I would do 39mm or something a little bit, you know, whatever it is in inches. Sorry, I don't know what that would be, but that's what I would do, and then it would give everything a little bit of wiggle room for it all to line up. Next problem I had, when I had it fit at that position, I thought, excellent, let's start it, let's get it done. Until I tried to move it, it then stuck. I found out that the plans stated for this part in here was 4x3. Now if it was 3-inch it would have been absolutely perfect, because it would have been that much narrower, you can see, sort of thing there. However, we don't have 4x3 over here, so we had to deal with 4x4 or 100x100 box section. And what happened was, with the corners on all the way here and on the other side, it was binding, and it was binding inside here. I'm not going to touch that long because that's just been welded, but it was binding inside here. So when it was, can you see that little bit of light there? It literally was nothing. So I've had to grind the corners off. Now what am I going to do with that gap? I'm probably going to, I've got some flat stock somewhere, and I'm just going to maybe cut a slip down, or I'm going to just, I don't know, I'm going to fill it in anyway. I'm going to leave the top bit open. I think that should be strong enough. It's been welded quite well. So that's that. Obviously you had to chamfer these corners, otherwise it would hit inside here as well. So that was another thing. All this is on the plan, but not on mine, because my plans are outdated, and they've got some measurements that are different. I've only tacked the bottom part on, and this is where the Slew cylinder will go. So it'll be mounted somewhere over here, and it'll come across here, and there's a full length bushing that goes right through and stops there, and then a bushing that goes on there. But I've left that for the time being because I haven't got the cylinder, and I would like to make sure that everything is A-OK before welding and finalising that. Third, fourth, fifth problem, whatever we're on now. Our cylinders in the UK. Our cylinders in the UK are all inch pins, 25.4 millimeters, whatever. So everything that is called for 3/4 pins is void, null and void. We don't need it. So we need a lot more bushing stock for inch pin. So no problem. We'll just we'll order that up and get that. I only need another 1200 mil or something like that, so not much, 4 foot or something like that. But yeah, pretty much done. I mean, some just finalised parts on this, some grinding on the where the welds are, well, on the outside, so I can put some caps on. Not really that arsed about putting caps on at the moment. I know it will protect it, but yeah, that's that. And then obviously with the frame, I've got the hydraulic component, well, the platform where it'll sit on, but I aren't doing that until I've got the joysticks with me. So I'm definitely wrapped up on this now. It's been a learning curve. Please, if any